Welcome back. Now we're going to take a look at how to change our pages from documents to actual applications. Of course, you learned a little bit how to build pages, but now we want to actually do something interesting, and that will require us to learn how to do programming. Don't worry, computer programming is not nearly as difficult as people say. There's a lot to it, but you can totally do it. Let's start by looking at the first game that we're going to be able to build, and that's a classic word story. So let's go ahead and fill in some of these things here. I got a boy's name. You got a good boy's name? We'll go with my dog's name, Jonas. Girl's name, Gloria. I don't know who that is. A geologic formation. What do you got? Okay, we'll go with the volcano. A verb. I don't know. Slide. Slide. A container. What kind of container are we going to use? I don't know. We'll go with a vat. Liquid. Liquid. Lava. Body part. Nose, hair. And an ing verb. Gerund, to those of you English teachers listening. We'll go with harumphing. That's a good. Harumphing? How do you say that? Okay. Harumphing. We click the button and it tells us a story. Jonas and Gloria went up the volcano to slide a vat of lava. Jonas fell down and broke his nose hair, and Gloria came harumphing after. I'm loving it. Okay, so you can see what's going on here. We can actually interact with the user. So our page can interact with the user, and it's a simple kind of game, but it's very powerful. There's a lot here we can do that we couldn't before. So we're going to have to learn a few things in this segment in the following videos. First thing we have to learn is, well, how do we add to the page those interactive elements that allow us to type stuff in? There's a few others too, so we can do drop-down lists and so on, but we're going to go with very simple user input right now. Secondly, we'll need how to line things up a little better. There's a few CSS ideas we'll need yet to get things to line up and look good. They're not super difficult, but we'll get there. Thirdly, how do we put a button on the screen? Okay, that's important. Okay, so we'll put a button on the screen. Now, of course, when we have a button, it should do something when it gets clicked. So how will we do that? Well, we'll explain all. And then, of course, after that, how do we get data from these text boxes? So somehow our program is going to have to know what the user typed in. So that's the next step. How do we figure out what the user typed in? And how do we put that somewhere in the computer's memory so we can use it? And then the final thing that we'll need to learn is, okay, once we've got all of these words, how do we put them together to make the final story? And then how do we change the web page we're on so that we can see the story? Well, it sounds like a lot to learn, and it is, but don't panic. You'll be fine, and you'll have a really good time learning how to do it. Come to the next lecture, and we'll look at the first piece of that. See you then.